little tip. For those who are going to, this is for people who have high flyers only. When your high flyer is not locking, if y'all do what I did, bore a little hole out, right? You stick that metal ball in there, whatever metal ball you have, the same size as that nipple. Well, this is if, hypothetically speaking, but I suggest you try to avoid it if all possible. If you have to, bore a little bit at a time, put the ball in, and then bring your high flyer back. If it's too tight, it won't lock unless you press down on the side of the frame to lock it, engage it. But you don't always want to do that, because you could tear your rubber up by pressing down on the side of the frame to lock it in place. So if you find yourself scared of boring too much hole and it sits down too far and it doesn't catch, you're pretty much assed out. But there's one thing you could do that'll work, and that's pour Gorilla Epoxy or super glue down in the hole and let it sit for a while. You don't need much, only the amount that you need to compensate for where it's not locking at. Let it dry. Then you put the ball in, and then you close it back. Now, if you want to sit the ball in there and make sure it doesn't come out, then you just put a little glue on top of the glue that's in the hole that dried to raise it up a little bit. Then you put your ball in there. That glue will hold the ball, and then you can just use it as normal. In my case, what I did was I didn't bore a big enough hole, and it was too tight, and I had to press on the side of the frame to engage it. So in this case, in this case, you see it's all rough. What I did was, because I didn't have any coarse sandpaper, I took this cutoff tool with the grinder, and I grinded the top of the surface down until, a little bit at a time, until, it locked into place. Well, I could flip it better on a pole, but alright, there you go. It's still a little tight. I gotta shave enough off, but that's okay, because I don't really need it to lock in hand, because I know how to use it without that. Mainly need it for when on a pole, and I could do that on a pole easy. Alright, so this is the one I just replaced, the ball, because it wasn't locking at all. But now, as you can see, it's locking. Alright, there we go. I'm satisfied. When you guys start to move on up, like Jefferson and Wheezy, George Jefferson and Wheezy off of the Jefferson, when you decide to move on up to that penthouse in the sky, only then when you start seeing the serious bucks start rolling in. Hey, that rhyme. Alright, now, as you can see, this is the length I have for in the hand. Now, when I holster this bad boy, as you can see, it doesn't touch the ground. Now, if you don't want it to snag on something, if you're not that careful, then just tuck it in like that. You can stick the loop inside your gunslinger or your plastic rest in peace bow op. Stick it in there like that, and then it won't be dangling. Now, I do have another small piece. Now, this is an extension for when I'm ready to use it on a pole. This will reach to like, I don't know, second, or maybe a little bit past a second. But all my storefront is under 3 stories, and this will get me there. All right. Now, you just hang it just like so. Hang it on the pump handle, and you'll always have it for when you need it. Now, my next thing I want to talk about, this is my setup for now. This is all my setup. So when I come into a job, I just have my pole and the stuff that's on me, which is my high flyer, maybe a second high flyer, depending on what I'm doing. But normally, I'm pretty much using my 24 all the time now, with the exception of 14-inch on some oddball size windows where my 24 won't get into. So, I feel like I'm working lighter, which enables me to move quicker and more efficient, because I don't have to worry about an extra step. Fetching my pump spur, when I go and get my signature, everything's already on me. Seconds add up to minutes. I'm telling you guys, this is so much more convenient. In a day's work, on a regular day of route work, I might fill this, I think it's 64 ounce. Not quite 64 ounce. I think it's like 52 ounces or 57. Well, anyway, I fill this up twice, maybe 3 times in a day. And if I have a job where maybe I have half a solution left and I know I'm going to need a full one, I either fill it up at that job, or what I'll do is I'll grab a pre-mixed gallon of solution that I've made up to fill this up, because I don't want to keep measuring. I mix it a gallon at a time, my full crystals, with ammonia, and I got about 2 or 3 gallons, and I have that for the week if I need it. I also have my pump sprayer on backup, and the only reason I would bring that out or to even use it is like every so often, depending on the severity of the filth. What I'll do is, because my pad does get dirty, because now I changed my M.A.W. So now I have to start thinking in other ways of incorporating that to keep this pad clean. Because this pad, doing it this way, will get dirty on those filthier jobs. So what I'll do is, in between jobs, when I'm done the filthy job, I'll power wash the pad. Well, by power wash, I mean using my pump sprayer with the wand, my 3-gallon one, because it has enough pressure to blast that dirt off. And then I'm set. I'm all nice and fresh for the next job. But ever since I converted, when you guys are ready to convert, you guys will see the value in this and the time that you will save, and the bucks that you will save on solution. On if you're going to do it the mall way, add gliding strips. If you got a high flyer, even if you don't have a high flyer, if you add gliding strips, you'll add to the longevity of your rubber. You can work on those hot days, and it'll eliminate re-wetting the windows. You know, there's so many uses that I found. Then when you incorporate the full crystals, with it being slick, you'll less wear and tear on your rubber, and you'll find that you can eliminate some steps involved by having water on hand when you need it, by the pull of your cord. So enough said. All right, Macafracka, peace, peace, peace. If any of you newcomers or even vets alike have trouble, you need some help, me, myself, or anyone else that may see the comment before I do, we're more than welcome to help y'all out. That's what we're here for. That's what the community is all about, and networking is all about. Sharing ideas and helping each other. Enhancing the next generation under us so that they're more knowledgeable. And the more knowledgeable that they are, the more ideas that maybe they can keep improving. So we gotta set the way for the next inventors below us. And the only way they're gonna know is if they have enough knowledge to start with. A foundation. That's what we gotta build, the foundation. But alright, back to fracking. Alright.